As Higuruma finally got his awakening, and is close to being finished, many have complained that he is too OP. But is that true? Matter of fact, is any character in Jujutsu Shenanigans overpowered? Or is it just bad players crying? In this video, we will go over every JJS character and see if they need a buff or a nerf. Before we start, like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. The OG character, the Honored One, or simply Gojo, is the very first character to be released alongside Vessel in the game. In the video game industry, it's pretty common for older characters to be forgotten by the developers, overshadowed by flashy new releases and left behind by the ever-evolving meta. But that's not the case in JJS. Thanks to the consistent efforts of Z, Gojo still remains viable to this day. His base moveset features a solid mix of long-range and close combat options, making him incredibly versatile. What sets Gojo apart is that he's both beginner-friendly and rewarding for advanced players. His straightforward mechanics make him an excellent pick for new players, yet there's a surprising amount of depth in his kit. With the right timing and practice, players can unlock a variety of combos. The real chaos begins when Gojo awakens. The second his awakening activates, it's pure panic in the lobby. Everyone starts running like their lives depend on it. His awakening is arguably one of the strongest in the game, packed with devastating and flashy moves. Max Blue absolutely shreds through enemies, and teamers no less. And let's not start with Hollow Purple and Hollow Nuke. Overall, Gojo stands as one of the most balanced characters in the game. His base moveset is easy to pick up, while his decent skill ceiling ensures there's always room to improve and master his full potential. The manga industry's favorite gambler, Hikari, holds the title of the first early access character in the game. Much like Gojo, he's an older character with a fairly straightforward playstyle. No flashy tricks, just pure aggression. One of the standout features of Hikari is his base damage. His base combo is arguably the most damaging in the entire game. It's a true combo that can chunk health bars with brutal efficiency. But there's a trade-off. He's so straightforward that most players can see his next move coming from a mile away. His approach is almost always the same. Get in close, land the combo, repeat. That predictability is his biggest weakness. Compared to other characters, Hikari lacks the mind games, mix-ups, and technical tricks that keep opponents guessing. Because of that, you see him less frequently in lobbies these days. However, when you do see a Hikari, chances are it's for one reason: his awakening. Once awakened, Hikari becomes an unstoppable force. He's flat out immortal. There's no fancy explanation needed. He just doesn't die. While his awakening isn't great for dealing with multiple enemies at once, that flaw becomes almost irrelevant when you realize that nothing can take him down during it. It's a relentless barrage, and unless you have a solid counter strategy, you're better off running. That said, Hikari's base form is where he truly needs some love. He lacks variety in his moveset, which makes his gameplay feel one-dimensional over time. A few buffs focused on adding variance to his base moves would make him far more dynamic and relevant again. With just a little tuning, Hikari could be back in the spotlight, and he'd be rocking for real. It's time. The unnerfable, the GOAT himself. The undeniably best character in JJS, Vessel. First things first, the community is completely split down the middle when it comes to Yuji. On one side, you've got players screaming that he's way too overpowered. On the other, people insist he's perfectly fine and just takes skill. Wherever you stand in that debate, here's my take on it. Vessel is one of the original OGs, but unlike most older characters, he's gotten a ton of love. Over time, arguably 100 times more than anyone else. His kit has been reworked, buffed, nerfed, tweaked, and refined more times than we can count. Because of that, he's become the most polarizing character in the game, the most hated and the most loved, depending on who you ask. His base moveset is, hands down, the most versatile in the game, and that's all thanks to his special, Feint. This move is insanely useful. It lets Yuji fake out opponents, bait reactions, and play pure mind games. Fighting a good Yuji player feels like playing chess. You're constantly trying to predict their next move while they're already 3 steps ahead. When it comes to his awakening, it's also very strong. While some might say his awakening, moves themselves are a little underwhelming, compared to other characters. That's not the whole picture. His awakened M1s and domain expansion gives him the tools he needs to dominate. But here's the thing. Vessel isn't just strong because of raw damage or true combos. He's not some brain-dead, one-shot character. He has the highest potential and arguably the highest skill ceiling in the game. You have to master him. You need timing, strategy, reads, and a serious understanding of matchups to really make him shine. That's why I'd say he's a little overpowered, not because he's easy, but because a top-tier Yuji player becomes nearly unstoppable. At the end of the day, Vessel is the definition of high risk, high reward, and if you've got the skill, he'll carry you all the way to the top. Another controversial character in this video, Megumi, also known in the community as the brainless spamming merchant, and honestly, there's a lot of truth to that. Megumi is arguably the easiest character to pick up and play in JJS. There are no intricate combos, just pure relentless aggression. Similar to Hikari in that regard, but with one major difference. Every single one of Megumi's moves is long range. And I don't just mean poke from a distance long range. I'm talking hits you from across the map, through walls, while he's hiding behind a tree, kind of long range. He's also earned the title of Down Slam Merchant. If your evasive is down, you're basically done for. You can already hear the fricking bird flying to you, while you get grappled by the frog for another M1 combo. It's brutal, and there's barely any risk involved. Now, his awakening is a bit underwhelming, but the damage output is still high. And let's talk about Mahoraga for a second. I genuinely don't understand what's going on with him. His hitbox is all over the place. He's massive, yet somehow impossible to hit. He always seems to win M1 trades no matter the situation. Z also went and buffed Mahoraga in the latest update. Now, you don't instantly die when your bar runs out, which means he stays on the field longer. To be fair, Megumi does require a bit of timing and awareness to use effectively. But truth is, all of his moves are low-risk, high-reward point-and-click ranged attacks. That kind of design can be frustrating to deal with. In my opinion, Megumi definitely needs a nerf. Not in damage necessarily, but in punishability. He should be more vulnerable if he misses or spams. Right now, it just feels like you're fighting in turret with auto-aim. This is it for part 1, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see part 2. This is the final list for this video. If you disagree with anything here, freely express your opinion in the comments section. See you later, guys.